So I got a new phone, and for me, that's a pretty big deal because I've been using this iPhone 7 since 2016. You know, to its credit, the iPhone 7 still does a lot of things well, even though it's almost 5 years old now. Mine's in really good physical condition too, because, well, I try to be really careful with my equipment, and it's usually in a case. Maybe it's just because I used the iPhone 7 for so long, but I had really become accustomed to that size, and I was concerned about going to something larger, even if it was just a little larger. I took my time, several months in fact, deciding which phone I was going to get. I was really tempted by the size of the iPhone mini, but I ended up going with the iPhone 12 Pro, which is a little larger than the iPhone 7. So I wanted to look for a case that would be minimalistic, that wouldn't add too much bulk. And I was also interested in some cases that helped show off some of the new design of the iPhone 12. So I shopped around looking for low-cost options that were minimalistic, that didn't add too much bulk. Maybe, hopefully, find something that could show off some of the iPhone's design. I settled on 3 different cases, and they range from $9 to $19. So first, listen. If drop protection is your top priority, none of these cases are for you. Some of them have some exposed sides. Protection for the screen on all 3 of these are very minimalistic, very slim. I would say at best, they're designed more for scratch prevention when you lay the phone down. Let's start with the cheapest case. This case is the cheapest case, and, well, it feels it too. It does feel pretty plasticky and flimsy, but it would offer, you know, decent scratch protection to the back of the phone. But I was drawn to it because of its partially frameless design and the translucent back. It does show smudges though. You just can't expect much screen protection from this, especially in the event of a drop. Just one other thing I'll note was that mine arrived in an opened plastic envelope that had been torn open, and the lanyard that you're supposed to be included to run through this loop was missing. Not that I would use it, but it was supposed to be there, and the packaging just felt really sketchy. Okay, so now we're going to jump from the cheapest to the most expensive, not really being that expensive at about $19. It was this $19 aluminum bumper style case that intrigued me the most. I really was curious about this exoskeleton sort of design. I thought it would really be nice to show off the design of the phone. It's basically 4 pieces of aluminum with these soft silicone corner inserts, and these rails along the edge here are felt lined to help prevent scratching on the phone. You screw them together. They even include a tiny little screwdriver. It came with a screen protector for the front and a skin for the back, but the skin on the back, it was a little short, covering the entire back, so it had a little bit of gap along the edges. I did try this case again later with a D-brand skin, and the D-brand skin that I have includes the back and also the skin around the edges, and all that together, I think it was just a little too much bulk for that case to fit back on here properly. Now, just like the previous case, this offers very minimal protection to your screen. It does come with the screen protector, but you just can't expect much in terms of drop protection with this. So after using these cases that had these exposed edges for a few weeks, I learned something. As much as I enjoy seeing the design of this generation of phone, it's really not very comfortable to handle very long. So the case that I ended up liking the most is this $14 case from Cord King. I know it's a pretty familiar, boring design, but it really makes a big difference. It makes the phone so much more comfortable to hold. The silicone exterior feels pretty nice, and it keeps it from sliding off most things. The inside is lined with a microfiber material, I guess, to help prevent scratches in case some debris gets trapped in there. The lip around the screen is noticeably more than the previous 2, but again, this is not the phone for the ultimate drop protection. I do think the sides and the bottom here offer pretty good density of material here to take some impact, but certainly I wouldn't have a lot of confidence. I would be holding my breath if I dropped my phone and saw the screen headed toward the ground. I think it's just a good compromise for a minimalistic case. Makes it comfortable to hold. I can use the phone one-handed. I'm pretty happy with it overall. So right now, this case from Cord King is my case of choice, but I am keeping an eye out for other cases that might offer the same benefits but with a more unique design. But please let me know if you think there's a case I should check out. As usual, I do hope this video has been helpful. If you have any tips, questions, or comments, please leave those down below. And otherwise, I do hope to see you in the next one.